I sought the Lord, Lord, please tell me something about the blood moon. Is it really real or just hype? Is it really real? So I sincerely sought the Lord, and I was caught up to heaven. And in heaven, I appeared before the council of the prophets. And they were all discussing about the blood moon. The 2014, 2015 blood moon. What does it signify? So that was my question. So in this council, I heard them discussing about the consequences that are going to take place after the blood moon appears. 3 consequences. One, to Israel. What will happen to Israel? Secondly, to Europe. What's going to happen in Europe? And thirdly, the church. Have you ever wondered why it's called blood moon? Why wasn't it called red moon? Should have been red, isn't it? The color is red, right? So why isn't it called a red moon? Why is it called a blood moon? See, there's a clue there. Every time this has happened, there was a shedding of blood. In 1948, 1967, and this is the 3rd tetrad, 4 blood moons, with a solar eclipse. Not only that, it falls on the Jewish feast days. Never happened before in history. Only 3 times in the last 500 years. And the Bible says, before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes, the sun will be darkened, the moon will turn to blood, and the stars will fall. Before the great and terrible day of the Lord. The next tetrad, blood moon, will be 100 years later. And there is no another 100 years. Several years ago, Brother Neville had an experience with the Lord, and he has shared this many times at this conference. And the Lord told him, the next Jubilee that Israel will celebrate will be her last Jubilee. So he asked the Lord, so when is that Jubilee? So the next Jubilee. And the Lord told him it will be in the year 2017. That is the year, is the Jubilee of the reunification of East and West Jerusalem. So 2017 will be the 50th Golden Jubilee of the reunification of Jerusalem. So the Lord told him that will be the last Jubilee Israel will celebrate. Why? Because the next Jubilee will be 2067. And the Lord said, I will come before that. So you take that revelation from Brother Neville, and then this blood moon will appear another next 100 years, and that 100 years will be 2115. Right? Is my math correct? So 2115. If the Lord's coming will be before 2067, which means we won't see the next blood moon in 2117. Am I right? So this is the last one. And the last one means before the great and terrible day of the Lord.